Hello,
Hello.
and welcome to yet another set of Inside Insurance.
Inside Insurance. The guy.
No, we're in a different setting again.
We
but
are. This entire show has been a different setting. We're nearly in the car before.
no, but in all seriousness, that lighting last week made me sick. Like I couldn't bear it. So I rewatched it back and I thought, oh no. So I've took the executive decision that until my bifold doors are in the office,
Yeah.
I'm going to be in here. And even in here, it's like a frigging greenhouse. So it's just
Well, it's the
like,
problem you've got is the light's coming down from all angles
too
now. See,
much
the other
light.
one was no light, and then this one's too much.
It's too much though. Like, look, I can't escape light. So that's obviously there. Then there's a lantern over there. And then there's another one there. Another one there. Then obviously behind me there is another one.
That was your bedroom there, wasn't it? That was the bedroom, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory room.
The Grandpa Joe room.
Yeah, where we all lived in there for 3 months together. I miss that room, it was cute. Like we'd all go to sleep. The only thing I missed is that like I've got a bit of an obsession with watching Jaws. Like I watch Jaws quite a lot.
What?
I don't know why, but I couldn't
the
watch
first
Jaws.
one or all of them?
No, like I like the first one the best. Yeah, I probably just watched the first one back to back. Jaws and Jurassic Park.
Really? Do you know what? I've seen Jaws maybe once. It's not been one of those things. Jurassic Park is a big one, but Jaws is one of those doesn't really.
Yeah, well, I can't.
What is it about Jaws?
I don't know. It must be from when I was a kid. I just, it gives me like, I put it on to go to sleep to.
Oh my gosh.
And Jurassic Park. Keo
I get Jurassic Park.
I don't understand like what people getting eaten put you to sleep. Like I'm just like
Jaws is a funny one. I don't get that one. Like,
so I couldn't watch that when I had the kids in the room with me because obviously that would mentally scar them.
I'm watching Walking Dead like with Paris in the room. I don't care.
No, I'm not going to instill that on them. I'm petrified of leprechauns.
I was like, I did that thing of like, I was playing Call of Duty one time on my Xbox when I actually had time. Now I don't have any time. But like, and I remember, I said to Fred, I did a photo of it, and it's me playing, and then Paris next to me, and going bang, bang, bang. And then I was like, cue all the parents telling me that I'm a bad father. Like, and it was literally, and I got it.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'd show Jackson, but Albert, like, obviously because we're going to Australia as well.
Oh, like, yeah. Jaws is one of those ones that will set you off that you'll never go in the water again. I don't
go in the water. When we went to Australia last year and we went seal, is it seal or sea lion? Whichever one of those two animals. We went like diving with them. And I got in the water and I'm not joking you. Keo looked up. I told Keo to stay on the boat in case I had to get out. I had a safety dinghy round me. I can swim. And I was sat there and I literally started crying my eyes out. Like crying something, like get me out. It's open water freaks me out. Like pools, water itself's fine, but you get me in the middle of the ocean and I'm having a panic attack. So yeah, Jaws.
That's probably Jaws.
But I still love watching it. So anyway, off tangent completely, but yeah.
You say, trying to keep this to 15 minutes an episode. We're going to do 10 minutes of Jaws. And then we're going to...
Right, so what are we talking about today?
We're talking about pregnancy cover with a big P.
Yeah, big P, capital P always. Right, so I've done pregnancy cover previously, but I want to go over it again because there's been new policies being brought out by providers. So Zurich have released a PEC, which doesn't sit well in my brain because PEC is actually chopped pork in a tin. But it's pregnancy and early childhood cover that you can add on. Now, this is the thing between if you're an advisor and you don't understand what's available, get on the phone to BGM and understand it because this genuinely is going to change. Like, I can't say I struggle with it because I don't, but like when I hear people say, I know, but I don't, like it's hard to explain or it sounds very complicated. This is really broke it down, I think. Like they've done it very, very well. And I'll be honest, like I never did much with Zurich previously because I didn't think that the cover was that great and the underwriting was quite harsh. But this pregnancy related cover is absolutely amazing. does a lot of the same things that other providers do, you know, like Royal London, Aviva, like they have got it. But the main thing is they cover for neonatal care now.
Oh wow,
This is like never been done before, brand new. Like
that's really
how
cool.
amazing. Now, if you're an advisor and you're speaking to people who've got kids, having kids, may have kids, you need to understand this product. And anyone who's might not be an insurance advisor and is planning having children or family, you need to get this product because it basically covers pregnancy-related conditions. And the biggie that's like brand new is the neonatal care. And we went over, obviously, I've had a few like meetings with the people who've designed the product and the BDM and stuff and tried to really get my teeth into it because I just think you need to really, really understand it. So one of the big things is, and I'll give you a little tip, is it's like any other policy in terms of the underwriting of anything that's pre-existing. So say someone had a pre-existing issue with ectopic pregnancies, say they've been told that they were definitely higher risk of having ectopic pregnancies, then you're not going to be covered for that because they already know on your medical that you were higher risk. Same as if you've just been and had a breast lump checked, they're going to exclude you for breast cancer. So it's good to have it before anything like that happens. So ideally before you get pregnant. And it pays out for pregnancy-related conditions, child-specific related conditions that you can remove at any time. So like it's say £25,000, don't quote me on this, but let's just, I think I'm right. £25,000 is around £6.10. And that covers for mainly up until age roughly 7, right? Okay. So if, say, for example, all your children are over 7, then you just need children's cover. You don't need pregnancy and early childhood. You just need children's cover. Because the main thing is when you think about it, when you get your prices for insurance, it's either no children's cover or you automatically get children's cover included in the cost. And then it's upgraded or extra or enhanced or whatever way the providers do it. This allows you to basically, with your life and with the family you've got, pick which bit you want. I don't need the pregnancy and early childhood. I'm not going to have any more kids. My kids are 8 and 10. So you just need children's critical illness enhanced or children's critical illness. And it's like, it sounds complicated at first, like when you first look at all the options, but when you break it down into your client specific, it's very easy. You just basically picking and mixing what's best for your client's suitability and their circumstances. So that's amazing. Like, and I'll admit, like when I was first looking, I was thinking there's too much option here. There's too much. But then when you get your head around it, it's actually genius because you can say to the client, right, well, this is more suitable just for you. You don't need to pay the extra £5 for the stuff that is going to cover from birth. You're not having any more kids.
I'm having trouble hearing. Can you say that again?
You weren't included in the conversation, Alexa. Alexa off. She's absolutely, she hates me. She purposely tries to do things to annoy me.
To Alexa?
Yeah, she can't stand me. That's amazing to try and get your head round, and brilliant way to market. So if you imagine you're trying to market a product to a client, being able to say that this is suited around your children's age and is age specific to what's relative to the conditions they're more likely to have at that period of their life, I think is incredible. Amazing.
And have you like started to, is it available now then? Or is it coming?
It came out a couple of weeks ago, and honestly, like the other thing, like the neonatal thing, I didn't realise that 1 in 7 births ended up in the neonatal unit. Like I knew a lot did, but I didn't realise it was 1 in 7. Like that's a big number.
That's quite, I mean, it's one of those things very similar to like emergency C-section and things, is you don't realise how many until you start asking, and then you're like, oh my gosh, really? You as well? You as well? Do you know what I mean? Like we were emergency C-section, my wife, and we were like, wow, this is crazy. No one had talked about it before. And then once we'd done it, it was like every person we met afterwards was like, oh yeah, we had that. Like, wow. Like, how common is this?
I know, and how common is it? Like, you think, I suppose, before you have kids or your friends and the people you associate with have children, you imagine that neonatal means that they're critically ill and it's like life-threatening. And that is the case sometimes. But sometimes it's that they've been born at 35 weeks and they just need it. Or it might be that, they've got an infection, but it's not life-threatening, but they still need to be on neonatal.
Yeah.
And that's the bit that when I was learning about the product hit home to me, I was, Jesus, this happens so often. And like, I knew I could count on one, like within like the space of 2 minutes, I could think of 3 people who I knew that
the kids are neonatal, yeah.
So the care pays night. Why is it going off?
Something you hear.
Am I? It's spinning on mine. Oh. The neonatal care pays out per night. So like, say, for example, we compared it to other providers. Your hospital benefit can be higher. So this hospital benefit neonatal is £50 a day, right? With a max of £350 like a week. Now that doesn't sound like a hell of a lot of money, but when you compare it to, do you want to pay the same price to not have it at all or to have it?
Yeah.
If you individually have insurance, so you and Freddie both have it, that's £700 a week. That's £100 a night.
Yeah.
That money, it sounds awful, but like you'll get people who'll say, yeah, well, that's £50 a night. Yeah, all right, but you're paying for it regardless. So you're already paying for this insurance. Do you want to be paid out or not? Yeah. £700 a week or £350 a week. I wouldn't say not £350 a week.
Yeah.
Like there's many people out there who £350 a week is their weekly wage.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of money. And like, just at the end of the day, insurance should be covering things that are likely to happen. Because constantly in this industry, when I'm doing doing TikToks, and I'll get people who go, for example, another thing that they do is the miscarriage, 20 to 24 weeks, they'll pay out. And you get straight away, well, the chance of miscarrying after 20 weeks is quite unlikely. That is true, yeah. But on the flip side, it happens more than you realise between 20 and 24 weeks. At the 5-month scan, you go, the baby's passed away. That happens a lot.
That's happened, yes.
Yeah, a lot.
I know 2 people that's happened to.
I know people who it's happened to, but obviously miscarrying before 12 weeks is a damn sight more likely. Hell of a lot more likely.
1 in 4, isn't it?
Yeah. So that is really, really likely to happen. And I get it when people say, yeah, well, it doesn't cover this and it's only from 20 weeks. And I think, yeah, I'm not saying it's perfect, but do you want it or not?
I think things like that as well. Like I've been thinking about this, me and you chat about this, like a medical condition I've been having it. I said this to someone before, which is, I was saying this to someone this week. I didn't say it to you because after I processed it, but I was like, when people say, well, it could happen, it doesn't happen very often, or it doesn't happen, and I've been a sucker for that. I've said that in the past. Like, it doesn't happen at that. Like, my thing is 1 in 200,000 people get it. But it doesn't matter when you're the one. And I think that that's something that's been really, like, I've been thinking about that the last week of like with insurance and how that works with my clients, thinking it's irrelevant about the statistics. It's irrelevant. And we talk about it like as it is. Like, well, not many people do that. It's like, yeah, but if it's your child, you don't give a shit about the fact that it's one. You don't go, poor, it's you. And I think I think that's something that was really weird. A bit like I can liken it to when I bought my house and all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was taking this stuff for granted. Like, this is a really stressful process. And then you're like, same thing here. I thought, yeah, it doesn't matter about no one. I don't care. And it's like, oh, well, 1 in 200,000. It's like, I'm the one. So what the hell are we going to do now? And I think that's exactly with this. When people say, well, it could not many people. That's somebody who hasn't lost a child between that gap.
Yeah,
or hasn't,
exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
And you're like, miscarrying between 20 and 24 weeks is, I don't know what the stat is.
Horrendous, though, if that happens to you. That's like
absolutely awful. And obviously 24 weeks plus is then classed as a stillbirth, which you get paid out for. But if you don't have good pregnancy cover, if you're not advising your client on how to protect their unborn child, like, I don't understand why. Like, for me, I don't know whether it's because I've got kids or maybe because my womb aches constantly at babies. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I just think, like, it's such an important thing that doesn't get spoke about enough. And this new Zurich policy, I'm like, the amount of people who I've advised it with, and everyone knows I love global treatment. And it goes back to what you've just said there. When BDMs and people have said to me, yeah, but it's only this. And I'm like, yeah, but what if that's your child? Yeah. What if that's your one? It happens to 1 in every 2,000, or there's only this. And you think, yeah, but I don't know that that's not going to be that client. Yeah, so if that client brings me and says, my child's got leukemia, they can't help her, have we got anything? Yeah, you've got global treatment. You know, hand on heart, you're going to get the best treatment worldwide now and the best chance of survival. And
but that's what's funny, because the global treatment thing, I heard the statistics, I can't remember what they were, but the amount of people that actually claimed on it is incredibly low.
Yeah, but it's gone up loads.
Yeah, so but they were saying it's
very low, but now it's 1 a week.
Oh, so is it because they're saying it's very low? But someone said to me, "Said, well, what's the use of it?" And I was like, "But it doesn't matter, because if
saves lives, it's not payments.
Even if 6 people a year use it, that's a really good product for them. Like, it's like you said, it's not for. I think sometimes people think about, like, look at it like that way, and it's very easy to look at things like that when you're. It's like pushing numbers and running numbers through spreadsheets. But when it's real,
when it's real life, when that person's going to ring you, at the end of the day, from an advisor perspective, for me, you should be making sure that every aspect of your client. I'm not just saying this because of consumer duty. I've always done it, but the client should be aware of what's available. So, like, what's worked amazing for me in the last couple of weeks since Zurich launched this product is I've done, like, say, the life insurance, which is amazing as well. I haven't mentioned it. I don't know how many times I said amazing this episode, but it's you can add this pregnancy and childhood cover onto just life insurance.
Yeah.
So even if you can't get critical illness, your child is still going to get covered during pregnancy and for early childhood conditions, which is incredible. Like, more providers, should be doing that 100%. Like, the child needs to be protected. So you can get it. What I've been doing is maybe, like, depending what it comes back on quote and where they're fitting on budget, because sometimes Zurich will be cheaper than Aviva, sometimes Aviva will be cheaper than Zurich, depending on the client and the medical, mixing them both. So having Zurich life insurance with a pregnancy cover and having Aviva upgraded critical illness, or the other way around, having life insurance with global and Zurich critical.
Yeah.
Like, I think in the last 3 weeks, I've done about maybe 10 policies like that, whereas I've never done them before. And that's just through marketing, through speaking about it, through explaining the product to the client. So I'm on 17, so I'm going to finish here. But
wrap it up.
On parting words with it, if you're an advisor and you don't understand Zurich's new offering of the pregnancy and early childhood policies, get to know it, because it's going to improve your business massively, and it's going to make sure clients actually have good cover in place, not just themselves, but for the children as well.